Once again, for April Fool's Day this year, VS has put up an April Fool's Day mystery purchase. In years past, it has been cheaper. The first year was a special lenticular slipcase for the film Invisible Maniac. The next year, it was a special slipcase for the film Fatal Games. The slipcover had scratch-off lotto-type circles and a comic book style to it. This year, who knows what the special April Fool's Day item will be, but it comes with a hefty price tag of $25. I went ahead and bought one, so we will just have to see what comes in the mail. Here is what the site had to say when it comes to the April Fool's Day listing. This April 1st, make your voice heard. Current archivist and vault manager Oscar Becher is campaigning to become Vinegar Syndrome's film archive director, where he hopes to unseat the incumbent. No one. This upcoming film archive election is the most important ever, and Oscar is calling on you to support him in his righteous quest to be elected. It's clear he's the only archivist capable of leading Vinegar Syndrome into a brighter, cooler, and less humid future, and to heal the deep fractures in our entertainment consumption landscape. Our dedicated teams have been working around the clock, crafting and developing the latest in slipcover technology, designed to keep Vinegar Syndrome on the cutting edge of the physical media landscape. Early polling indicates that Oscar has a strong lead in both the cardboard collectors and film-only repertory demographics. But without your help, our campaign cannot find victory. We urge you to support this important campaign by making a small financial contribution. Today, April 1st, 2024, may be your only chance to secure an Oscar Becher victory. Now is your opportunity to be represented while securing the future of our beloved climate-controlled film archive. Only the best slips for all Vinegar Syndrome releases. Support VSVOTS, very official testing of experimental slipcovers, today. Subscribers, since this is a non-disc release, you will not be receiving 50% off SRP discounts on this VHS edition. That being said, here's an exclusive $10 coupon for this deluxe VHS edition of Blonde Death. Subscribers must be logged in for the code to work. Blonde Death-VHS. This special limited edition deluxe VHS light case comes with a custom-molded clear shell VHS and is limited to just 200 units. It is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Important note, depending on the sales, we may choose to re-release this deluxe VHS package in the distant future. Most likely not, but you never know. DeGosser Video is a brand new label created by several of the devious minds behind VS, which will bring to Blu-ray and tape deluxe editions of both canonical and underseen shot on video, OV, genre cinema, in addition to work shot on film, but edited on tape, wherein the original film materials are believed to be lost or destroyed. Similar to Vinegar Syndrome's focus on film preservation, DeGosser will work only from original analog tape materials, with an emphasis on maintaining the aesthetics inherent to each respective video format. Additionally, each title released by DeGosser will be made available in an ultra-limited, new VHS edition, fitted in a custom-designed hard-shell light box. Let's all go to Donkeyland. Shot on video for $2,000 by James Dillinger, aka author James Robert Baker, and produced by Los Angeles art collective EZTV, Blonde Death is a savage blast of underground anarchy. This limited edition flexi disc features The Ballad of Blonde Death, an exclusive, rip-roaring audio collage by Bleeding Skull that pays tribute to the most accomplished and important shot-on-video film ever made. The story follows the transformation of Tammy Lynn Beaverdorf, Sarah Lee Wade, from bubbly teen to death-tripping speed freak, an in-your-face rampage of sex, drugs, and violence that climaxes with scenes that were secretly filmed inside Disneyland. Satiric, subversive, and gleefully enraged, Blonde Death is an essential chapter of queer cinema history. Directed by James Dillinger, aka James Robert Baker, starring various 1984-98 Min 1.31 English Mono. Lady Reporter. Hey, 2024 subscribers, this is included in your subscription package. This special limited edition spot gloss and embossed slipcover, designed by Robert Samelin, is limited to 6,000 units and is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. When the FBI learns of an international counterfeiting operation being run through a Hong Kong newspaper, they send one of their leading agents, Cindy, undercover as a reporter in order to investigate. Upon arriving in Hong Kong, Cindy quickly becomes a headline herself after being photographed by a rival tabloid saving a child from a burning building. It doesn't take long for the criminals to realize what is happening, and soon they are after Cindy and her good friend Judy. To make matters worse, Judy's father is the lead prosecutor trying to convict the head of the counterfeiting ring, and the criminals will stop at nothing to remove him from the case. With the help of a few new friends, Cindy soon finds herself facing off against a wave of henchmen and hitmen, all hell-bent on stopping her from exposing the truth. Lady Reporter, aka Blonde Fury, was Cynthia Rothrock's first official leading role, as well as one of her last Hong Kong productions before switching to American-made films. Directed by actor and stunt coordinator Mang Hoi, Yes Madam, and featuring fight choreography by Corey Yuen, Righting Wrongs, Lady Reporter delivers a barrage of head-spinning fight scenes, including a climatic pole fight between Rothrock and fellow American martial artist Jeffrey Falcon, Six-String Samurai. Featuring strong supporting performances by Roy Chiao, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Melvin Wong, Ghost Nursing, and actor/director Ronnie Yu, Freddy vs. Jason, Vinegar Syndrome is proud to present this landmark in Cynthia Rothrock's filmography for the first time on Blu-ray in North America, newly restored from studio-provided masters. Directed by Mang Hoi, starring Cynthia Rothrock, Siu Ho Chin, Elizabeth Lee, Melvin Wong, Roy Chiao, Jeffrey Falcon, Vincent Lin, Ronnie Yu 1989 88 Min 1.851 English and Cantonese, DTSAD Master Audio Mono. Additional info, Region A Blu-ray. Newly restored by Vinegar Syndrome from existing 2K Studio Masters. Includes both the 88-minute Hong Kong theatrical version in Cantonese with English translated subtitles and the 90-minute English language export version. Brand new commentary track with martial arts film historian Frank Zheng for the Hong Kong version. No mediocre action, 14 min. An interview with actress Cynthia Rothrock. Playing the villain, 21 min. An interview with actor Vincent Lin Cantonese theatrical trailer English trailer. Image gallery. 16-page booklet with new writing by historian Francesco Massachesi, reversible sleeve artwork, English SDH subtitles. Maniac 2 Roadkill, 4-issue hard case comic collection. Subscribers, since this is a non-disc release, you will not be receiving 50% off SRP discounts on this comic collection. That being said, here's an exclusive $15 coupon for this 4-issue hard case of Maniac 2 Roadkill. Subscribers must be logged in for the code to work. Maniac 2 Roadkill. Here it is, collected for the first time in all its gory glory, the complete saga of Maniac 2 Roadkill, Stephen Romano and Pat Carvajal's official sequel to the classic horror film starring the legendary Joe Spinell and directed by William Lustig. The insane ongoing saga depicts Maniac Frank Zito's journey into madness as he pursues his one true love, Anna D'Antoni, into the desert badlands of Arizona, only to discover he is not the only maniac out for blood. This box set contains freshly minted and rebranded editions of each issue, with new pages, colors, and graphic design, including the never-before-published issue before, more than a year in the making. The Maniac 2 Roadkill box includes each issue in an individual sleeve and is loaded with extras, including newly created bonus content, 2 11x17 posters not available in any other edition, and a host of bookmarks, trading cards, newsletters, and art prints. Authors Stephen Romano and Pat Carvajal. Artist Chris Hall, Matthias Huve, Bruna Costa, Alex Zeef, Joe Spinell, William Lustig, 184 pages by 710 to 78 inksmints by 1 and 6 English, color. Additional info, limited run of 1,500 units, 2-part interlocking hard case, 4 individual comic issues inserted in exclusive Iban sleeve jackets, 1 collector's bookmark per issue featuring art from the series, 2 collector's trading cards per issue, with all new portraits of the cast by Fangoria artist Puis Calzada, 1 collector's newsletter per issue featuring all new interviews with Caroline Munro and William Lustig, and writing by former Fangoria editor Chris Alexander, 1 full-color character art print per issue by series artist Pat Carvajal, 2 fold-out 11x17-inch posters exclusive to box set with art by Pat Carvajal and Puis Calzada. Each issue contains special behind-the-scenes extras showing how the series was created. Paganini 2024 subscribers, this is not included in your subscription. If you'd like to purchase it, you will need to log in to view your special 50% off SRP pricing. This special limited edition spot gloss slipcover, designed by Richard Hilliard, is limited to 3,000 units and is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Welcome Vinegar Syndrome Labs to the VS sublabel family. As with each of our sublabels, we are hoping to expand and defy expectations with the diversity of films we restore and release. As the name implies, VSL will serve as a kind of testing area for releasing genres and eras of film that one might not immediately expect to come from VS. The ultimate objective of VSL will be to see if these types of films will find an audience, and if so, pursue and release more of them, and even if not, still serve as a means of restoring more of the weird, rare, and unusual movies you might not expect from Vinegar Syndrome. Niccolò Paganini was a legend in his time, a master violinist and renowned composer who brought new depth and complexity to the art of music. But in his private life, Paganini was a brute and a womanizer who used his talents to seduce and manipulate beautiful women, driving himself, his young son, and devoted wife to the brink of madness. A mesmerizing biography of the infamous composer, as imagined through the eyes of equally notorious actor and director Klaus Kinski, Aguirre, The Wrath of God, Paganini explores the violinist's descent into derangement and carnal mayhem. Moving between the abstract, the beautiful, and the erotic, Kinski distills Paganini's life into a consuming cinematic fever dream as photographed by Pierluigi Santi, Weapons of Death. Vinegar Syndrome Labs is excited to offer the Blu-ray debut of Kinski's sole feature film directing effort, newly restored in 2K from its 35mm original camera negative and loaded with an abundance of fascinating behind-the-scenes footage, along with a selection of new interviews with cast and crew, detailing the untold and often harrowing story of how this unique outlier in Italian genre cinema came to be. Directed by Klaus Kinski, starring Klaus Kinski, Deborah Caprioglio, Nikolai Kinski, Dalila Di Lazzaro, Marcel Marceau. 1989-84 min 1.661, English and Italian, DTSD Master Audio Mono. Additional info, region-free Blu-ray, newly scanned and restored in 2K from its 35mm original camera negative. Presented in its original Italian language mono soundtrack with newly translated English subtitles, as well as its English language dub soundtrack. Brand new commentary track with film historians Eugenio Ercolani and Troy Howarth. My Life with Kinski, 16 min. An audio interview with actress Deborah Caprioglio, The Devil's Left Hand, 30 min. An interview with music consultant, violinist Salvatore Accardo. The Voice of Madness, 26 min. An interview with soundman Luciano Muratori. Aiming at the Director, 29 min. An interview with unit manager Stefano Spadoni. How to Kill a Producer, 30 min. An interview with film historian Eugenio Ercolani, Paganini, 95-minute English language director's cut sourced from tape. Behind-the-scenes footage, sourced from tape, partially translated, 52 min. Klaus Kinski press conference from Cannes 1988, 5 min. English theatrical trailer, English opening titles and end credits, reversible sleeve artwork, newly translated English subtitles. The House Where Death Lives. Hey, 2024 subscribers, this is included in your subscription package. This special limited edition spot gloss and embossed slipcover, designed by Robert Samelin, is limited to 5,000 units and is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Meredith Stone, a home care nurse, has been assigned the duty of looking after a wealthy invalid named Ivar Langrock. Cooped up in Langrock's stately country mansion, Meredith quickly suspects that someone sinister is lurking in the manor's dark halls, only to discover that Ivar's demented and violent son has been locked away in a hidden room. Shortly thereafter, Ivar's grandson Gabriel also moves into the house, and with his arrival, a mysterious killer soon begins murdering members of the Langrock family, along with their live-in staff. An unjustly obscure early slasher made while the genre was still discovering and establishing its key tropes, Alan Beattie's The House Where Death Lives, aka Delusion, offers a twisted murder mystery which bridges the more nuanced and character-driven thrillers of the 70s with the stalk-and-slash structure of the early 80s. Starring Patricia Piercy, Squirm, and John Dukakis, Jaws 2, along with Hollywood legend Joseph Cotten, the third man, Vinegar Syndrome is proud to bring this hidden gem of spooky old house atmosphere and blood-soaked mayhem to Blu-ray, newly restored in 4K from its 35mm camera negative and presented in its longest and most complete version ever released on home video. Directed by Alan Beatty, starring Patricia Piercy, John Dukakis, Joseph Cotten, David Hayward, Alice Nunn, Patrick Pankhurst. 1981, 91 min 1.85.1, English. DTS HD Master Audio Mono. Additional info, Region A Blu-ray, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative. Commentary track with The Hysteria Continues, Dear John, 19 min, an interview with actor John Dukakis. Stuck in That House, 15 min, an interview with actor David Hayward. Madhouse, 25 min, author Stephen Thrower on The House Where Death Lives. Reversible sleeve artwork, English SDH subtitles. Touch 2024 subscribers. This is not included in your subscription. If you'd like to purchase it, you will need to log in to view your special 50% off SRP pricing. This special limited edition J-Card Media Book slipcase, designed by Haunt Love, is limited to 5,000 units and is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Taking its name from the Lumiere brothers' invention of the same name, Cinematograph is a new sublabel from Vinegar Syndrome that seeks to fill gaps in the canon of American cinema. Offering a mix of auteur-driven studio films produced during the new Hollywood era of the late 1960s and 70s, all the way through the indie boom of the 1980s and 90s, Cinematograph will explore the wide breadth of American movie-making, spanning numerous genres and scales of production. Curated and produced by Vinegar Syndrome's Justin LaLiberty, each limited edition release will be housed in a specially designed cloth-bound media book with embossed foil titles and custom-molded disc trays, accompanied by a slipcase featuring newly commissioned art and an individually numbered J-card. Former evangelist Bill Hill, Christopher Walken, King of New York, discovers Juvenile, Skeet Ulrich, Scream, a purported miracle worker who can heal people simply by touching them, and bears the marks of stigmata on his body. Hill, no stranger to exploiting others, sees a potential fortune in Juvenile and primes him for show business. But Hill's plans go awry when the woman he entrusts to seduce Juvenile, Bridget Fonda, Jackie Brown, falls for him, and a fundamentalist reverend, Tom Arnold, True Lies, threatens to put a stop to the whole enterprise. Based on a novel by noted crime author Elmore Leonard, Get Shorty, Jackie Brown, and adapted for the screen and directed by Paul Schrader, Hardcore Affliction. Touch is a burst of post-Tarantino dark comedy, matching Leonard's offbeat characters with Schrader's unwavering examination of theology in America. Featuring an ensemble cast that also includes the likes of Gina Gershon, Bound, Lolita Davidovich, Raising Cain, Paul Mazursky, director of An Unmarried Woman, Janeane Garofalo, Reality Bites, and LL Cool J as himself, Touch is quintessential Paul Schrader and ripe for rediscovery. Cinematograph is proud to present this often overlooked entry in the career of one of America's most prized filmmakers in its first ever Blu-ray release, sourced from a new 2K scan of its 35mm inner positive, directed by Paul Schrader, starring Bridget Fonda, Christopher Walken, Skeet Ulrich, Gina Gershon, Tom Arnold, Paul Mazursky, LL Cool J, Lolita Davidovich 1997, 96 min, 1.851, English, DTS HD MA. Additional info, Region A, Blu-ray. New 2K restoration from the 35mm interpositive with original Dolby Stereo soundtrack. New video interview with writer-director Paul Schrader. New audio commentary with film historians Howard S. Berger and Steve Mitchell. New video essay by Daniel Creamer. Essays by film critics Chris Cabin and Bill Jabiri, and filmmaker-writer Cosmo Bjorkenheim, English SDH subtitles. Which story? Hey, 2024 subscribers, this is included in your subscription package. This special limited edition 2-disc 4K UHD Blu-ray set comes with a spot gloss hard slipcase plus slipcover combo designed by J.J. Harrison and is limited to 6,000 units. It is only available on our website and at select indie retailers. Absolutely no major retailers will be stocking them. Following the tragic death of their parents, a sister and brother take a group of friends to rural Florida to stay at a rickety old house which they've recently inherited. Little do the youngsters realize that some decades before, a woman suspected of being a witch was burned at the stake on the property by the zealous townsfolk. With the group settled in for a few days of drinking and partying, the demonic forces that reside in the house are quick to take hold, possessing a number of the teens and prompting them to take up knives, axes, and chainsaws against their friends in an orgy of death and dismemberment. As the carnage escalates, the few remaining members of the group are forced to seek out the assistance of a local aged priest in the hopes of putting an end to the horror. The directorial debut of Alessandro Capone, who had previously penned Ruggero Deodato's slice-and-dice effort Body Count, Witch Story, which was originally marketed in the U.S. as a sequel to the 1982 supernatural slasher Superstition, is a prime example of late 80s Italian splatter, featuring an astonishing array of nastiness with numerous bodies being hacked, slashed, and generally beaten to a pulp. Frantically blending The Evil Dead, A Nightmare on Elm Street, The Exorcist, and slasher elements in a way that only the Italians can, the celluloid sorcerers at Vinegar Syndrome have conjured up Witch Story for its world UHD debut, newly restored in 4K from its original camera negative and loaded with a bewitching assortment of new and archival extras. Directed by Alessandro Capone, starring Amy Adams, Pierre Agostino, Jeff Bankert, Ian Bannon, Bob Bouchard. 1989, 97 min/2.35x1. English and Italian DTS HD Master Audio Stereo. Additional info, 2-disc set 4K Ultra HD Region A, Blu-ray 4K UHD presented in high dynamic range, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative, presented in its original English language 2.0 stereo soundtrack, as well as its Italian language dub soundtrack, untranslated. Commentary track with film historians Troy Howarth, Nathaniel Thompson, and Eugenio Ercolani. Directing A Witch Story, 32 min, an interview with director Alessandro Capone. Producing The Witch, 34 min, an interview with producer Giuseppe Pedersoli. The Light of Witches, 12 min, an interview with cinematographer Roberto Girometti. The It-Brit Connection, British Actors in Italian Horror, 17 min, video essay by Mike Foster. An Italian Witch in Florida, 44 min, archival making-of documentary featuring interviews with director Alessandro Capone, cinematographer Roberto Girometti, and composer Carlo Maria Cordio. Raw audition footage, 45 min, image gallery, reversible sleeve artwork, English SDH subtitles.